Alright, so we've gotten ourselves away from the first shape, which would be an open capo, a barred short pattern shape. So let's look at them side by side here and realize we're going to start on root. So this would be like your E. This would be like your E on your guitar. Okay, the most basic chord, major chord you can play. And so it's going to start on root. What we want to do with the short pattern stack or the barred would be root 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6 root, right? Or the diatonically root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root. But we cannot, because the capo itself, or the fret nut is there. So we can't play any of this stuff. This is out of the picture. So we're going to play this kind of a pattern. Okay. The problem is whoops. The problem is Andy is like still asleep. It's going to take us into a D shape. So really, it's just this pattern's just going to jettison us right into the next shape. And there's a rule to learn now. If you want to start a shape from an outer string note, notice there, if we're doing pentatonics, we get into this right away. If we're doing pentatonics, okay, I didn't draw a pentatonic stack. Alright, we have pentatonics here, but I didn't draw a pentatonic stack for the short. Just ignore the 4 and the 7, and it becomes a pentatonic short pattern stack, a stack that's put together using only S2Ls and S3Ls, which is a Dorian minor scale and a long building block. This is kind of like a Phrygian and a Woolian kind of looking scale. And these are the pentatonics. So I forgot what we were talking about, but right here you can see we're going back into a D shaped. So starting from this 2 is more of a D-shaped scale. Now, if you start on this 2 and end on this 2, at this 6, it's going to warp over. That's the warp string. So there's our D shape, 5 root 3. If we start on the 2. Okay? So we can see how the long pattern, the S3XL, this is the S3XL pentatonic. It just doesn't have a 4 here. It doesn't have a 7 there. But it came from the 7L right here. Okay? That is the S3XL right there. The 7L came from, how come we can't? We'll get rid of that drawing tool for a minute. So what let's just cut to the chase here. The long pattern will take us, here's the long pattern. It'll take us right into the next caged shape. And by the way, if you're looking at a cage, I'll show you. Okay, right here, if we're looking at a caged pattern, a cage shape, okay, so this is an instance of caged. Now there are different intervals. The magic circle would go C to G to D. It hops, it skips every other one. We look at just the very first one right here. There's an inner note and an outer note on each cage shape. These are your basic cage shapes. Could be any key. When it's that outer note, okay, you can play the next caged shape up. Now, why do I emphasize caged? Because caged and magic circle are related by what we were talking about over here. Okay, so if you're in an E shape, the next cage shape up would be a D, but the next magic circle shape up would be a C. Let's see how that translates over here. So we're an E shape here. The next cage shape up is a D, D-shaped D. The next magic circle shape up is a C-shaped E. You see how this E in a tripentatonic scale, well, now I have to remove the capo to show you. Tripentatonic would be E, sorry, and then A, and then I'm not sure which one. Wait a second. Let's get the other little drawing up. So in this tripentatonic scale, we'd go E, A, and then we would indeed go to a C-shaped B. So let's try that again. E-shaped E. Come down on a A-shaped A. And then a C-shaped B. Okay, and then you get your diatonic there. I would do that right off the chart because I'm not going to be able to play a scale in backwards in E this early. So, but it's the same shape, and a lot of people just memorize the shape. But you know about shapes, right? You can look at it as, well, look what do we got here. We got a S2L. Okay. And then we have our S3S here, or S3L here, but a warped over one. So, I mean, this is how I would play it no matter what, right? So we take this one and we warp it over here where it was in P4 tuning. And you can see that that's an S3S right there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2. And the same thing would be down here, no string, no play. So then I could play it. You tell me